Hey everybody, Courtney here with a short, sweet yoga practice that's going to help us work on better posture. So really standing tall, find your way to mountain pose. If you've been sitting a lot, doing a lot of hard workouts, or even just traveling, finding a mountain can be a little trickier than we often first think. So do rock and sway. Maybe separate the feet hip bone distance. Inner thighs are rolling back, toes are reaching forward, and encouraging a little more exploration. Take it right to left if you haven't. Bend the knees, re-extend once or twice, lifting through the quads. You can even place your hands on those thighs. Feel the difference between lifting and activating as opposed to locking and jamming the knee joint. And as you lift through the quads, let your belly, your heart, the crown of the head start to lift a little more. Take a deep inhale. And with that exhale, let's soften any area quick to react. Arms releasing by your sides. Again, big breath in. Let it out. Next inhale, let's shrug the shoulders. Releasing stress, soreness. Exhale, melt them back and down. Take a few more. Inhale. Exhale. Linking breath and movement, last two. And one. Now increasing range of motion in that region. Let's loop the shoulders now forward and down. Inhaling still as you shrug, exhaling as you release. Take a few more. And then one of those gentle shoulder rolls, again, back and down. This time, sweep the arms out and up. Hands are going to slide behind your head and neck. We're going to tuck the chin gently on the next exhale. Elbows may be falling in toward each other ever so slightly. No force, but finding a more complete stretch, a more complete release. Maybe another sigh. Now roll up through the crown, let the elbows splay so you can just barely see them with your peripheral vision. Take another deep breath in. Let it out. Your head is gently pressing into your hands for another breath or two. The navel is drawing in as you breathe out, supporting the body from the core, from the very center of you. Now let your inner shoulder blades move toward the heart. Elbows falling a touch wider, the head leans back into the hands a little more. Baby back bend, tailbone lengthens, sternum lifts. Take another inhale and exhale, being here. Now gradually come on back to center, to neutral. Chin level with the earth, head pressing gently into the hands. Feeling that mountain pose growing a little taller on the inhale. Choosing to soften, arms fall by your sides as you exhale. Now interlace fingers behind you. Reach your knuckles down, lifting the top of the chest, the sternum up. Take another breath, just being here, expanding across the pectoral muscles, the chest. Now take both hands over towards your outer upper right hip. I'm going to turn so you can actually see me here. You're going to tip your head slowly to the right. Letting that left trap and shoulder open up. Maybe even a little more of that looping action. And if it feels good to explore, do take the gaze down toward the outside of the right foot. A couple more exhales, clearing anything that does come up physically or emotionally. Rise through neutral. Release the arms. Give those hands a little shake. Maybe a little shimmy. Now looping the shoulders back and down, other thumb is going to find its way on top. See if you can figure that out. Knuckles reach down, the top of the chest lifts up. Both hands moving towards your outer upper left hip. You're going to tip your head left, letting that right shoulder, that right trap release. Take a few more breaths, maybe looping the right shoulder. Gazing down toward the outer left foot. And we find that more complete breath out for these final moments. Rewinding, come back to center. Take a breath or two, letting go, shaking and or shimmying. And then purposely reach the arms wide, breathing in, breathing out in that T position. Turn your fingertips up, flexing through the heels of the hands. Do look to the left, reaching out through the heel of the right hand more. Look to the right, reaching out through the heel of the left hand more. Bring the head to neutral, just flip it, forearms up, fingers down. And again, looking one way, then the other. Maybe hanging for that extra breath if it's needed. Do bring your head and neck to neutral. Slowly release those arms down. Inhale, shrug. One more time, let it go. Take the inhale, stretch it up. Option to gaze up, feeling into the neck. Hinging at your hips, bow forward, take it down from there. With the inhale, hands maybe on shin bones, or of course on blocks if that works. Half lift. Exhale, do release completely. Big inhale, full lift, we rise, take up space, maybe gaze up. And exhale, hands come down. Again, half sun salute, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, root and rise. Exhale, do release. Take one more breath here, just observing. Maybe flutter the lips to relax the jaw. And even one more if it's effective. Now, if there's a wall, a door, a tree you can use, please do. Having that nearby just for the sake of balance. Standing on your right foot, pick up the left knee. Reaching for that ankle, take a breath. Now without splaying the knee, bring the heel toward your sit bone. Getting into the quad, the hip flexor. And as we take the arm up, if your balance is there, the psoas. Elongating areas that so often get tight with time. With rigidity, we often slouch and round more easily. So we're doing what we can to create that range of motion. You can stay as you are. You can also reach that right hand around, catch the inside of the foot or ankle, and using the wall if needed. Kick the foot gently back, pull the heart forward. Take at least another breath, maybe two, gazing to the bridge of your own nose. Eventually exhaling to release. A little shake and shimmy. Side two, standing on the left foot. Pick up the right knee, or whichever one you did not do. Reaching to the ankle, take that heel towards your sit bone. Maybe you stay here. Of course, you can turn and use the wall if it's not there yet. You can also take the arm up. After a few breaths, consider going further, circling it back, hooking the inner ankle. Do gently kick the foot back, pull the heart forward. Could be a very different experience on this side, whether it's the standing leg or the lifted leg getting the stretch. Last moments, breathing into that quad, that psoas region, a muscle that runs from the mid-thigh to the mid-back. Relax it, release it. You could do a standing fold just in the middle of the mat. You could also use that wall, bringing hands right at about hip to low belly height. Step your feet back, creating that flat back shape, a puppy dog kind of position. Navel draws in as you breathe out, taking a few breaths, kind of wiggle the hips, soften the knees, reactivate the quads, and even brighten the toes if that got lost. And if you're in the flat back at the wall, linger a little longer. And then with the exhale, maybe reaching down to the earth, the ankles, the shins, pulling yourself in. Last few breaths here, soft face, soft belly. Letting the entire back body stretch so it is easier to stand tall. It is hard work to create good posture in certain moments. The more we can find range of motion in the body, the more we can connect with the core, the easier that gets. Do take hands onto hips, lift about halfway and pause. And feeling that support from the inside out, the navel draws in and up on the exhale. Next, inhale, root and rise. And do take an exhale here. Hands can come together at your heart, Anjali Mudra, the prayer shape. Purposely shrugging on the inhale. Releasing on the exhale. And do take a moment feeling your body standing tall. Tadasana, mountain, also known as samastitihi, even standing pose. Letting prana, life force, flow more freely. And as that creates an imprint, take it with you through the rest of the day. Namaste.